come into Poul's kitchen. This is Chef Poul, and I welcome you today. Beautiful Sunday, and weather's getting nice, and we're going to make a brand new dish. Before we get into that, I want to ask again, if anybody's able to, please donate to our Patreon. Please donate to the GoFundMe page that we have listed. The reason is very simple. A really good friend of mine happened to pass away due to a couple of strokes given because of because of a very abusive teacher at S2G, which is a pretty abusive call center. Unfortunately, he's passed on. He's leaving behind his wife and a couple of kids. We're just looking to help him out with that. So today we're going to do a chickpea masala nacho dip. Yeah, it's going to be a little different, but it's going to be good. So what we're going to do at first, and again, it's going to be one of these where I'm not going to show you all the cooking, because most of this you can do yourself. So we're going to put some oil in this pan. We're going to start to caramelize some onion, garlic, and then the chickpeas. Now these are canned chickpeas, so they've already been taken out, drained and rinsed, so they're nice and clean. At the same time, I also got some corn. There's my onion. There's two of them. I also got some chicken. It's already been fried, so you don't need to recook it. I've grated some cheese. I've got some green pepper, garlic. So first, we're going to start with the garlic, onion, and the chickpeas. We're going to use some curry powder. I'm going to use some tandoori masala powder. And we're going to use pepper. That's pretty much it. Now, if you want to use some other spices like cayenne or whatever, you can do that. Shouldn't need it. Don't use any salt. You don't need it. For my chips, I don't really want to make some custom this time, but I will in the future. I'm using Tostitos to help me out. Copan, I hope you're watching this, buddy, because this is with you in mind. Take your time with it. And I also fried up some coriander seed, so I have them nice and toasted. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start caramelizing the onion and then the garlic. And then we're going to put in the chickpeas. We're going to spice it up as much as we want. Once that's all done, we're going to add some diced tomatoes and some coconut milk. We're going to make sure maybe a little bit of spice. At that point, we're going to put the corn in and the chicken in. We're going to stir it up so it's everything starting to cook there. When it's done, we'll come back. Welcome back. So I kind of lied because I said I was coming back until things were cooked a little bit more, but I just wanted to show you I put the spice in there already. I also wanted to point out I've already made rice way earlier in the day, and that's why I kind of wasn't thinking about it. I got spice in there, my toasted coriander seeds. By the way, it's an Indian spice, but it's something everybody should be using a little bit more of. It gives you kind of a fresh taste. Apparently some of them even chew on it during the day just to give you fresh stuff. Pretty cool idea. So you just want to make sure that by now, as everything's cooking down, you want to make sure that as you're caramelizing, that you're stirring the spice into everything, because soon when you put the rest of the sauce mix in, you're going to really need that. My corn, my chicken, they're already cooked. So right now the major thing is to get this all cooked down. Yes, 2 tomatoes may seem like it's a lot, but as it cooks, everything will cook down. So as you're cooking this, after you have everything mixed in, take this step to take a little bit of time and work on your dishes. Because, with all your prep work and everything else, God only knows you probably have a ton of them, and you probably do. So just take a little bit of time and, do the dishes. Don't forget to take some time and stir this. You don't want anything burning, and again, you really want to make sure all the spices mixed in. If you want, you can make this as hot as you want. When it comes to rice, I always suggest that you do it the night before. Why? Because day-old rice is way better than fresh. Mine's not exactly day-old, but it'll be good enough. We'll be back. Welcome back. So now we've got we've got everything cooking well there. Everything's all cooked that way. Now I've mixed in my tomatoes. Now you can drain the water out if you want, but I think this will absorb nicely with the rice once we get this in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this start simmering really, really good. Then we're going to add in the rice, the corn, and the green peppers will go in last because I really don't want that cooking with it. But we'll put the corn, the chicken, and the rice. And we'll see that this will start to thicken up a little bit more. And you know, this will be really good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let this just be. We're going to want to stir it because we really don't want to make a mess of the pot, because believe me, it will be a pain to clean if you don't. You really don't want to do that. If you want to continue to add some more spice, like maybe some more pepper, some more smoked paprika, you can put jalapenos in this too, by the way. I mean, I think it's still turned out really good, especially if you like it hot. Don't put anything too crazy in it, because if you serve this to somebody, you know, they may not appreciate it. But this will be a nice creamy gravy mixed in here. If you want to do this vegetarian, I suggest a couple cans of chickpeas and no chicken. Obviously, if you're making it for a vegetarian, you don't want any chicken because they're not going to be cool with that. But a little bit of coconut and some tomato. Tomato paste is one thing, but you'd have to have a lot. But canned tomatoes, and just, you know, give it some stirring and let it simmer for a little while. Everything will break down. And with the added vegetables and rice in it, it'll turn out great. So we'll be back and look at the progress here in a little bit. Welcome back. So we're on the home stretch right now, so things are going pretty good. So what we're doing now is we've got all the veggies aside from the green pepper. When everything's done, the heat's off, it's done cooking, I'm going to put them in then. Yes, it will heat up a little bit, but it's not going to cook them, and I don't really want them cooked, but it being cooked a little warm and stuff, that's alright. So I've got everything here. Now we're going to let them simmer. Now, depending on your portion size you're making, you want to make sure you have a really big wok, because you can really see that this is really up to the brim right now. I don't really want to add anything else, and to be honest with you, I don't need to. When you put the rice in, make sure that you're giving enough stirring that it breaks everything up, and that's important. But for the most part, this is pretty much done. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this out, and you might want to, when you start putting everything away, you want to make sure that you're trying to take as less liquid as you can, because you don't want the liquid. You're going to get some, and that's inevitable, and that's fine. You put it in a bowl, and I'm not going to film that part because this will basically be it. So when you're ready to be done, you put the green peppers in, you stir it up, and when you're going to put it away, the last thing you want to do is put the cheese on top of it. It doesn't need to be melted. So when you're ready to eat it, you get the cheese grated on top, and you can stir the cheese in if you want. Not a big deal. But you stir it all up really, really good, and then you take your chips and you just dip them in. Or you can just, you know, break the chips up, and then you can, you know, stir them in and just eat it with a fork. Whatever way you want to eat it, but this should really be a really good one. So please hit the like button, share, subscribe. Please don't forget to join us on our website, www.pouls-kitchen.club. And hope to see you soon, and guys, have a great day.